This is big breaking emergency news. We are now seeing chaos inside of Florida unfold right now. We are now seeing the first wave of people that are coming to Florida, and it is not looking good. This first wave that they just had mass arrests for, they are now reporting that people had firearms, people had illegal substances, and they even had night vision. All right, this is not a normal situation. These are not normal people coming to the United States, and this is what just happened in Florida. We just had a mass arrest, and we are seeing a first wave arrival of people coming from Haiti and Florida. We are potentially seeing this situation exploited right now by these gangs and potentially even militaries. And we just saw a major crackdown, a major arrest in Florida of a boatload of people with firearms, illegal substances, night vision. This is very serious, and this is exactly what a military invasion would look like in our country, and it's happening right now. And Florida has been deploying resources. The governor has been deploying resources. I'm going to give you guys an update on what he's saying about what's going on inside of Florida. But the Coast Guard and the Border Patrol and the federal resources, they have been issued orders to just process people, right? And they were even issued orders to move people to different border stations and different border processing places, because they are going to be overwhelmed from the influx. And we are now seeing the first wave of people come over, and it's not looking good. It's looking very dangerous, and it looks like this situation is being exploited already. All right, this is very serious, and this is just people that are being caught that we are finding, and there are thousands that are not caught, that are bringing in these firearms, bringing in night vision. Very serious. These are military grade weapons, and also bringing in illegal substances to sell and poison the American people, right? So this is happening right now in Florida. Florida's getting hit hard with this operation, and you need to be prepared, and you need to be on high alert, and you need to be getting ready just in case these gangs or these military units that are coming over now, they are now arresting them just in case they're activated inside of Florida, inside the U.S., and we see critical infrastructures taken out. All right, so let's dive into this news here really quick, guys. Please hit it up for me down there. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple times a day, keeping you guys updated on this big critical news. All right, but you can see here, this is what's going on in Florida. We have a boat that was carrying 25 illegal aliens from Haiti has been intercepted in the waters near Florida. All right, this is according to Governor Ron Desantis. He said, quote, this is what the governor said: they had firearms, they had drugs, and they had night vision gear. That vessel was intercepted, and those illegal aliens were turned over to the Coast Guard for deportation, right? But the only problem is ICE and the Coast Guard, they are not detaining people. They might be detaining a small amount, but they are not detaining people right now. You can even see here, this was in the same article. It says Immigration and Customs Enforcement has a contingency plan to reduce the number of migrants in detention right now, releasing thousands of them unless they receive additional funds to handle the impending influx. All right, this is something I reported on about a month ago, how they are reducing their capacity to hold people by around 20,000 beds almost, right? And they're just releasing those people, and they're not detaining people as well, and they're not deporting them, and there's nowhere to even send these people back. Where are they going to be? What are they going to get deported back to Haiti? There's no government there. It is completely collapsed, and this gang leader is actively threatening the prime minister and saying he needs to resign. All right, and they're still in this conflict and in this battle. All right, so very serious. U.S. Marines have been deployed there for an indefinite amount of time to protect the U.S. Embassy. We do not want to see another situation where we lose an ambassador, right? And this is very serious. So, night vision, firearms. This isn't just normal people coming over. This isn't normal people coming over that are fleeing and refugees, right? This isn't normal. Firearms, night vision, all this stuff. This is military operations that are coming over here. And they could be activated, and there's been tens of thousands of them just like this, potentially, that have slipped through the cracks and exploited the system, right? And get this vessel was being driven by American citizens. There were U.S. citizens that were facilitating this and helping them. This is borderline treason if it's not, right? I don't know for sure, but this is potentially treasonous for U.S. citizens to be doing this. And the governor is calling this a, quote, human smuggling operation. You can see here it says, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission were conducting a patrol near Sebastian Inlet at 7:30 p.m. on Thursday. It says they stopped a 42-foot vessel which was involved in what they described as a, quote, human smuggling operation. Investigators found on board 25 individuals, including 5 unaccompanied children, alongside the weapons, the night vision gear, and the drugs. So also 5 random children on this boat as well. This is not just normal people coming into our country. This system's being exploited, and this is very dangerous. This is a national security risk, and it needs to be shut down immediately, right? And check this out. The vessel operator and a passenger were both identified as U.S. citizens and were turned over to Brevard County Sheriff's Office, according to the press release. So U.S. citizens were helping, and one of them was a vessel operator, was driving the boat for him and smuggling all this stuff. This is insane. This cannot be allowed in our country, and this is happening all the time. All the time. Now Florida's getting hit. This is happening in Texas, California, Arizona, New Mexico, even up in the north. These Canadian border states are getting hit hard too. All right, this is borderline treasonous what these U.S. citizens are doing, facilitating the smuggling of these weapons, if it's not already, right? And because that's a very serious accusation. I don't want to accuse anyone if it's not true, but it seems like it. That's what it looks like, right? Smuggling night vision gear, weapons, children. This is not what we want coming into our country. This is not okay, right? And check this out. This is also what's going on in Haiti. Biden is talking about using Guantanamo Bay to move the Haitian migrants there. We'll get to that in a second. But this is who's also coming into our country. It says Texas authorities have just arrested this guy, Adirbris Segundo Perilla, 28, was just arrested. He's on the Interpol's most wanted list, right? And he was just captured by Texas authorities in Texas near San Antonio, right? Insane. He's on the international watch list. Most wanted. He's in the top 10 international watch list. He says he's wanted for at least 4 homicides and was on the Interpol's top 10 most wanted list, along with Colombia's most wanted list, law enforcement says. All right, so he's on the Colombia's most wanted list too, and he's in the top 10 most wanted list for the international police. That's what Interpol is, international police. And he's in Texas, driving around, screwing around, doing stuff in Texas, man. This is unacceptable for our country. Unbelievable, right? And if you agree with that, spread this video. Get this word out, because they're burying these stories. They're burying these stories. I want you to listen to what Governor DeSantis said really quick, and then we're going to cover Biden has now announced he's considering moving the Haitian migrants to Guantanamo Bay. You can't make this up. This is very strange. U.S. military base that's in Cuba. It's all so weird. And then we're going to move the Haitian migrants to the military base that's in Cuba. You can't make this up. Why don't they just go to Cuba at that rate? Why do they have to be in Guantanamo Bay and come to the United States? Why don't they just go to Cuba or the Dominican Republic or any other place around? It has to be the United States has to bear the brunt of this, all right? And it's very sad. I feel bad what's happening there. Very sad situation, tragic situation. All right, but there's tragedies going on inside the United States as well that need taken care of and need prevented, like these people that had firearms and night vision. That needs prevented as well. But listen to what Governor DeSantis said really quick, and then we'll get to this more of this plan for housing migrants at Guantanamo and what the repercussions of that are.
What we decided to do, given the situation that's happening in Haiti, some brutal reports that are happening, we want to make sure that we're protecting Floridians. And so we have authorized additional officers with the relevant agencies, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, Florida Fish and Wildlife. We've also augmented the National Guard, another 48 guardsmen. Up to 133 soldiers from the Florida State Guard and 30 additional officers from Florida Highway Patrol, 4 additional helicopters through the National Guard. So this is a significant augmentation. And I think the message is the last thing you should want to do is get on some boat and think you're going to come through from any of these islands to get to the state of Florida. The most likely scenario is you will be stopped and you will be returned to your country of origin. So it's a hazardous journey. It's not worth doing. And we have the resources that are going to continue to keep the people of Florida safe. So what we...
All right, so that's what DeSantis just said today. He was warning. And he's saying there's brutal scenes coming out of Haiti. And he also was touching on how these 25 people were arrested as well, and 2 of them were U.S. citizens. So the situation is urgent for Florida, and you should be prepared, and you should be getting ready, because we could see situations happen in Florida, right? We could see something escalate, and you should be getting ready, and you should have your head on a swivel and be prepared. Something's going on. This is more than just random people coming over here. Something's going on. This has been going on for years, and it's every country on earth is sending military-aged men into the United States. And this has been one of our greatest fears, is that there are a bunch of weapons in the United States, and there are a bunch of weapons that have been potentially brought into the United States. There's already a bunch here, right? Plenty of access, and that access could be granted to the wrong people, right? And it could be granted to these military units and these gangs that want to come over and cross our border and cause chaos inside the United States. This is what they're doing in countries like Mexico. Mexico should be a very nice country. It's our border. Mexico should just be like Canada, pretty much. Should be a nice country. And I know Canada has its problems, but I just mean economically, the standard of living, it should be pretty high, right? It's our neighbor. Trade with the U.S., our biggest trading partner, if it's not the biggest, right? One of the biggest. And that should just be a win. Mexico should just be awesome. Should just be resorts and beaches, and it's like a giant Florida, right? That's what Mexico should be. But instead it's being taken over by these gangs, by these cartels. They just run certain areas. The government doesn't even try. They don't even fight back or respond in certain areas. Even with the military, they just back down because these gangs over there, they're so organized and they have more equipment than the military does sometimes. They're literally outgunned. right? They have more resources, have more money, have more men, have more trucks, have more weapons, all these things. And a lot of them are double, triple crossed, where people in the military are in the gangs too. This is how it is because they just don't make enough money. It's all corrupt. There's just a ton of corruption. And it's all right here. It's right at our doorstep. And they want this chaos to be able to infiltrate into the United States. And it already has. Our systems are being overwhelmed. Our local police cannot handle this. Our National Guard can't handle this. They just can't be deployed for everything. They were deployed in the New York subways, right, for bag checks, checking everyone's bag just last week. And then I don't know if you saw what happened in the New York subway yesterday. All right, chaos, tragedy. I don't want to get too much into it because you know how it is on stuff like this, talking about these certain topics. But crazy stuff going on the subway. And that's with the National Guard right there checking everyone's bags. The National Guard was right there. And it's still going down. It's still chaos. It's still madness, Mad Max world on the NYC subways. So this is what they're doing. They're allowing the system to be overwhelmed, to be collapsed, so they can bring in their next wave, right? I see it all the time. Even prominent people saying that they want to bring the system down, burn the system down, get rid of the system, build a new system on top of it. All this stuff. There are people that want to get rid of, that want to bring our country down, bring our systems down. And they want to bring in something else on top of it. And it's going to be dystopian. And it's going to be not the country that we want to live in, that anyone wants to live in. That's what they're trying to do. And it's very serious, right? So make sure you're getting prepared. Hit it up for me down there, right? This stuff's critical. Need to be getting ready. Need to be able to defend yourself. Need to have your house secured, right? Security for your home. Fencing, cameras, defense, all this stuff. You need to have it for your home and be prepared and be secure, because we could see stuff, and we've seen these crazy riots, these town burning riots in our country before. And now imagine if there's potentially gangs or military units, whatever they are, that are being activated to cause them as well. There was nothing they could do. They couldn't stop this. And a lot of places it was even allowed to happen. All right, so get prepared now. Get stocked up. Hope you have big blessings, guys. Get working on your homestead, right? Chicks are right out here. Got a few groups of chicks right out here working hard, growing big, getting strong, eating food, laying eggs. All right, that's what we're working on. Got our little garden dig out over here. Got some stuff going, all right? You need to be working on this too in case we do see any disruptions or any chaos. So thank you guys. Please get prepared, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.